Hello my friends, welcome back to Cafe Bagheri. Today we're going to make a very special breakfast item, the Cafe Bagheri Sunday Breakfast Bake. An easy to make breakfast item for 8 to 10 people. Let's get started. Okay, the oven is preheated to 400 degrees and we're going to grease the pan. It's a standard 9x13 pan. By the way, you can use butter or shortening. You put on the gloves and apply it. I just use the standard olive oil or just oil spray. So we put our pan aside and start layering the ingredients down into it. The bottom layer is going to be our breakfast sausage. Now, you can use raw bulk sausage and just render it, cook it, and break it apart. For convenience, and I also like this particular type of sausage, I get either turkey sausage links or patties. You can get pork sausage or beef sausage, whatever you like, but these are pre-cooked and so they're more convenient. Each package has 2 of these in it and it's 9 ounces, so we need 12 ounces of breakfast sausage. So I cut one of these in half and I end up with about 13 and a half. So I'm going to open these, just slice and chop them as fine or coarse as you like. There's no right or wrong way of doing that. So I'm going to go through it and just rough chop it one more pass. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw all of the chopped sausage in our greased pan. So this is our bottom layer. I'm going to spread these to an even layer. Nothing to it, right? Real easy. The best thing I like about this dish, it's so convenient and it feeds so many people with the least amount of effort. Okay, that's our layer 1. The next layer is green onions. About 1/4 cup to 1/3 cup of finely chopped green onions. So you start about 3 or 4 of them. What I did is I chopped up the ends, made sure there is no old or browned leaves. And of course I wash them first and then chop up the ends and then slice them very fine, whites and greens all the way through. That's what you end up with. Basically going to sprinkle the green onions on this. So that's our layer 2, right? Third layer for this dish is frozen hash browns. So I think they flash freeze them and you can buy it in the freezer section of your store for breakfast. We get about 2.5 cups and evenly distribute as our third layer. You see, we're forming our complete breakfast layer by layer right there. And yes, it is frozen. We don't do anything to it. You take it out of freezer, break it apart, and just throw it on there. That's our layer 3. Okay, our 4th layer is probably the most important. I like the sausage at the bottom, but who doesn't love cheese, right? The recipe calls for whatever kind of cheese that you like or you can afford. I like cheddar, and we had cheddar today at the house. You can use Gruyere, it's a little more expensive. Swiss, or Monterey Jack, whatever. If you have some pizza cheese left over from your last pizza night, that works too. Just sprinkle it evenly. Or you can use 2 or 3 different kinds of cheese. I have put some blue cheese in this dish mixed with cheddar, and that was great too. So try whatever you have. If you have sliced cheddar or sliced American cheese, I have never made it with sliced cheese, but I would imagine if you just lay slices over this, it's going to pretty much do the same thing, and it shouldn't turn out too bad. Go ahead and try that, see how it turns out. So all of this is evenly distributed. There you go. Now we have all the solid layers on here. Now it's time for eggs and pancake to go on our breakfast, right? We start with 5 eggs. We want to make sure that they're all whisked and mixed up before we add the pancake mix and all the other stuff. Now we're going to whisk the eggs thoroughly. You don't need an electric mixer for this. Just use a whisk. Or if you don't have a whisk ready, just use a fork. There you go, about 30 seconds ought to do. That's what you were going for. Then we're going to put the milk in there. By the way, the recipe's in the comments below. All of that milk goes in there. We give it another 30 seconds of whisking. We put a touch of salt and pepper now, either table salt or kosher salt, whatever you have ready. I use kosher because that's my preference. Now you put black pepper, as always, fresh ground black pepper. There you go. Give this egg, milk, and spice mixture a final whisk. This is ready. Now we're going to add our pancake mix. I use the famous brand Bisquick. You can use your favorite pancake mix, or if you mix your own pancake mix with flour and all the rest of the ingredients, that's fine. So I use Bisquick, and I have a cup of it right here. But like any other baking project, because this is in essence a pancake that we're baking on the top of our breakfast, you want to sift that to get rid of all the lumps. Make sure you use a spoon or back of your spatula to push all the remaining lumps of pancake mix through there. Now we got everything in there. We're going to give it a final whisk to get everything mixed up. Just go around. The goal here is to get rid of all of the dry ingredients and make sure you don't have any pockets of dry pancake mix that you can see. This will take about 2 to 4 minutes. So this is a familiar sight if you've ever made pancakes or waffle. Same thing. In fact, I could put some vegetable oil in there. That would be a waffle mix. I think this is ready. We got our salt and pepper and all the milk and eggs and pancake mix in there. All right, now we're going to put this center stage and pour all of the liquid pancake mix over this dish with all the ingredients in there. Don't be too particular about having to cover every spot, because once the cheese melts and the liquid pancake mix is going to kind of distribute, spread, and meet at the bottom. So you won't have to worry about kind of covering every inch of the top surface. It will distribute itself. The gravity does the work for you. You're going to shake this both sides and go like this, and this is ready to go. So we're going to put this in the oven, 400-degree oven, for 45 to 50 minutes. And right at 45 minutes, we're going to check with a knife to see if it's coming out dry. That will tell us if 45 minutes is enough. So it's been 45 minutes in a 400-degree oven. We're going to check to see if we are done or we need to go forward. Actually looks kind of great. We're going to see if, look at that, it's done. If you make this once or twice, you're going to find out how your oven cooks this thing. And since you're going to make it many, many times, it's important to remember and experiment to do it the right way. So now we're going to let it sit for 5 minutes and rest. All right, here we go. Look at that. Here it is, the delicious Cafe Bagheri Sunday breakfast bake. We eat it with salsa. You can have it with your favorite hot sauce or whatever condiment you like. Thank you for being with me today. If you like what you've seen so far, please like this video, share with your friends and family. If you've not subscribed to Cafe Bagheri channel, please do so at this time. Hit that little bell button so we can keep in touch. And I do hope I can see you right here at Cafe Bagheri very, very soon.